Let's spend 3 nights in Vegas.
We made it!
Our flight was delayed, so we had to rush straight from the airport to the Sahara to see Magic Mike. The show was so fun. I honestly wasn't expecting the dancing to be as good as it was. And of course, we had some very good-looking men. But truly, y'all, the dancing was incredible. And the special effects on the stage were just super cool. We even got up close and personal before finally making it back to our room at the Rio. Hey, Vegas skyline. Said goodnight to night one. Then the next morning, it was time to head down to the casino in my pajamas to find some coffee, of course, in a video poker setting, and this French dip that was way better than it deserved to be while I did some work. Then we made our way to a strip mall in Chinatown to have some soup dumplings that the infatuation raved about. We had an awesome seat. Asked our server to give us his favorite dishes and ended up with 2 different kinds of dumplings and some amazing shrimp fried rice. Then we headed across the street for a little pampering. I did this olive green that I loved. Then Erica went to her first show and I got ready for the night. I did that Rent the Runway velvet top with my faux leather pants and headed over to the MGM Grand for David Copperfield, where Erica was meeting me. We weren't allowed to take videos during the show, but it was much funnier than I was expecting, except when I forgot that I wanted a beer beforehand. So we brought them to a fancy restaurant with us afterwards. Of course, another infatuation recommendation. This place was called L'Atelier, and we sat at the bar, had the most amazing cocktails after we finished our beer. Quail, whipped potatoes, and this carpaccio that was so good. And I finished it up with a souffle while Erica went to her second show of the night. Kept things very classy, definitely didn't make a mess. God, was that souffle good. I can't even tell you. But the food adventure wasn't over. I headed back out to the Strip in search of another place that a lot of you recommended called Best Friend. You enter through this bodega. It's super cool inside. I really would like to know how they water all these plants, or maybe they're fake. I don't know. Waited for Erica to finish up with her second show with such a good cocktail that had fresh watermelon juice in it, and then decided what we wanted to eat. We went with short rib tacos. They were melt in your mouth good. And then we had a little fun in the casino afterwards. The next morning, we kicked off our day at the Cosmopolitan. This is their chandelier bar. It was beautiful, but we were headed to the Henry for brunch. We'd heard amazing things about it. Started off with some bellinis. These were guava, I think. And then freshly made beignets. I have never had beignets this good, and I've been to New Orleans. The vibe at the Henry is comfort food. We did cauliflower nuggets, these amazing loaded tater tots that were so good. And I had another French dip. This might have been the best French dip that I've ever had in my entire life. And I don't say that lightly because I friggin' love French dips. So good. Then we went back onto the Strip. We wanted to check out the Bellagio because we heard it was beautiful inside. So we walked around a little bit in there. It was very pretty, and they had this whole Lunar New Year setup, including this private dining table that I think would be super cool to eat at sometime. Went across the street to the Paris, where we had drinks at Mon Ami Gabby, and we discovered that we could see the Bellagio water show from our seats at the bar. We sat in the sun, watched the water, and then I went back home and took a nap. I went with a little fancier look for our second night, or third night there, I guess. I was going to see Erica's show at the Comedy Cellar. Again, not allowed to take videos during the show, but of course she was super funny. And then we headed to this sushi restaurant, Osaka, which is the oldest sushi restaurant in Vegas. Again, recommended by the infatuation. It was incredible. We basically asked the sushi chef to give us everything he recommended, and I had to get corn. And that was the last thing I filmed before arriving home to my boys.